Hello guys, and welcome back to Cavey's Path. So today, kind of an interesting video that pretty much applies to all of us, and that's relationships and spirituality, and why sometimes they don't really match. So in my last, year and a half, I've been in two different personal relationships where they didn't work out, and once they failed. I started asking myself questions, why didn't they work, those sorts of questions, and I came to a couple conclusions which I'll share with you guys. So before I kind of get into that topic, I want to categorize what I think is the three relationships that you are possibly in. The first relationship is you're dating someone who isn't interested at all or doesn't understand what spirituality is, what meditation, that sort of lifestyle is, and isn't really interested to learn about it either. The second type of relationship that you may be into is with someone who is interested but isn't committed. So they might, talk about it once in a while, but that's pretty much as far as they'll go. And the third relationship, and this is probably the most beautiful relationship out there, is someone who is on their own path as well, and you guys come together. So they're on their own spiritual path, you're on your own spiritual path, and the relationship is on their own spiritual path. So you guys are just gonna keep going like this. And to me, that is the most beautiful relationship out there. But however, most of us right now are stuck in relationship either one or two. And I'll kind of give you guys some clarity of why maybe the relationship isn't working as well as it should be. So let's say you're in relationship one or two. So you're on your own spiritual path, you're meditating, you're eating healthy, you're doing all these sorts of good things for your body and your mind, while your partner isn't. So what happens when you start meditating, when you start doing yoga, when you start eating healthy? You start feeling good, right? Once you start digging deeper into yourself, you realize that happiness comes from within. Only you create your happiness and you create your world, and that kind of centers you. It makes yourself the center of the world, which isn't selfish at all, guys, because in reality you are the center of your own world. You create everything around you as well as your happiness. And what happens when you can just sit there and be happy, or spend days by yourself and be happy? It creates an insecurity, and it creates a doubt in your partner. So now your partner is asking themselves, do they need me? Why don't they want to spend time with me? Either read or meditate or do yoga than hang out with me. And these are problems that happened in my personal relationships as well, is that the girls I was seeing, they didn't really understand why I would rather just stay in some nights and do my own thing than hang out with them. And that's because, again, guys, I was the center of my own world. I knew that my own personal happiness and my own personal growth was more important at that moment. And it should always be more important. So the way you kind of bypass that is that you understand that spirituality comes from within, and everything outside, it's up to you. And it's up to you to decide what kind of energy you want to put out there and what kind of energy you want to receive. So from my personal experience, I wanted someone who was on the same frequency level as me. And what happens when someone's on the same frequency level as you is that you kind of turn into relationship number 3, which is where you both grow together. You're both extremely committed to one and each other, but you're also extremely committed to your own personal growth. And that's what I was wishing for, but however, I was stuck in relationship 1 and 2, where the girls I was dating, they weren't as committed or interested as I am. So it kind of took a toll, right? What happens as well, guys, is that in today's world, there's relationships that are founded on vested interest, and there's relationships that are founded on true love. And if you're lucky enough to be in a relationship that is true love, then it shouldn't matter if you're on your own spiritual journey and your partner isn't, because there's a mutual connection there that you love that person no matter what, and you're going to support them. And what happens when that person loves you and you're in a really loving relationship is that relationship number one may turn into relationship number two now. So because they love you enough to understand that the things that are important to you will start becoming important to them as well, which may also lead to relationship number three. However, if the relationship isn't founded on love and is founded more on vested interest, which is what most relationships are nowadays, is just you're interested in the person, but there's no true connection. And that's what we're kind of missing, is that when you start going on your spiritual journey and they're not, they're going to become insecure and they're going to start questioning things that shouldn't be questioned if they truly loved you. So that's where the problems will arise, is if one, you're in relationship one or two and you're on your own spiritual journey, and the second reason is if the relationship is founded on vested interest instead of love. So another reason why the relationship may fail is because when you start your spiritual journey, you become more mature, and the relationship on your side will become more mature. So you're going to depend on that person less. You're going to expect less from that person, and you're going to stop getting mad at them for little reasons. However, if you're stuck in relationship one or two, well, they haven't had the time. They haven't spent the energy to mature themselves and the relationship. So they're still going to be expecting things from you. They're still going to be wanting things from you. While on your side, you're not. You're treating that person like you're treating life. And life is beautiful. You know, most of us right now are stuck in relationship one or two. And I believe someday we will all be in relationship number three, as long as we keep digging deep into ourselves and doing our own thing and progressing our own spiritual growth, and making sure that you are the center of your own world. Now with that, I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment. I would love this video to have some pretty good discussions. So anyway, guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Have a beautiful night, or have a beautiful evening wherever you are. Namaste.